Don't mock. I'm not a fool. And people who know me personally know that I am not a fool. But I won't get into the details of those. I just want people to realize that I'm not a fool. Don't mock. I'm not a fool. Don't mock. I'm not a fool.
Hey there and welcome to Leadership Lessons. My name's Coach Curl and this is your Hump Day boost to help you become a better leader. Now, if the past week has taught us anything, it is that influence and leadership has to walk hand in hand with integrity. So leadership and influence has to walk hand in hand with integrity. It's a must. It's an absolute must. John Maxwell always says leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And when we are in a position of influence, it actually breeds and brings responsibility. And that responsibility is paramount to the people that follow you, that are influenced by you. It isn't about manipulation. It isn't about pulling the strings. The most powerful form of leadership, singularly the most powerful form of leadership, the powerful form of influence comes from respect, and respect comes and is driven by integrity. So what is integrity? Well, integrity is such a huge concept, really. It is far too much for me to be talking about within this little short 4 or 5 minute video. But integrity, think of integrity as the very core of what your character is, of where your character is. It's who you are. It's where you're at. It's the very essence of you. That's your integrity. And integrity will always come down to a conscious decision, because generally our natural instincts are one of self-preservation. We know that. As a result, we will often be challenged to make decisions of integrity as opposed to decisions for self-interest. Often it is in the very nature to make decisions for ourselves. Now, I'm speaking generally, of course. There are some people who are completely selfless and will always make decisions for other people. They will always make decisions for the greater good of the community. They will always put themselves second. But generally, humans have a self-preservation trait. And with that comes a self-interest. And when we are in the habit of making decisions, it is really a conscious, intentional effort to make sure that we're making the right decision, even though it may be the wrong decision for you personally as a leader. We have to be intentional. We have to be conscious. And we have to make those decisions because that's where our integrity comes from. And consciously, we make the decision based on our very character. Influence must walk hand in hand with integrity. Because, as I said, with influence comes responsibility. And this is where we get conscious, intentional leadership. Now, over the next month on the Dumb Leaders podcast, I'm actually analysing some of the events that we've seen in the US, especially since the election. Events, not people. I'm going to analyse the events. And I'll be walking through them from a leadership aspect about what things could have been done better, etc., etc. I want to analyse this, and it's on, funnily enough, the Dumb Leaders podcast. So if you're not listening to the Dumb Leaders podcast, get onto your local, whatever your favourite podcast app is, and go looking for it. Because over the next month, I'm going to analyse and dissect parts of what I observed and how it links back or how it doesn't link back with what we should be looking for to become better, effective leaders. Thanks for tuning in today to Leadership Lessons. I will see you all again next week, and bye for now.
Don't mock. I'm not a fool.